Join Michael York as Ponce de Leon.
Oh, no. I can honestly say you don't look a day over 39.
39?
Steve Guttenberg as Pecos Bill.
Howdy, boys!
And some of the biggest stars in Hollywood as they bring to life some of the biggest characters ever to hit home video in Shelley Duvall's American Tall Tales and Legends.
We had some good times on this hateful old place.
Well, we'll just have to try it then.
See all your favorites like Danny Glover as John Henry.
The greatest steel driver of them all, boy.
Ed Begley Jr. as Ichabod Crane in The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Did I mention that he was missing his head?
Shelley Duvall herself as Darling Clementine. And many, many more. It's one star-studded story after another.
Let the games begin!
So tell all your friends. And run, don't walk, because the stars await at every turn. Collect all 9 episodes of Shelley Duvall's American Tall Tales and Legends. Now available on home video from Lyrick Studios.
Please stay tuned following this presentation for previews of other Lyrick Studios home videos.
Kid growing up in Texas, cowboys weren't only on the screen. I was surrounded by them. Why, my grandfather was a cowboy. And shoot, I even had a cowgirl outfit of my own, kind of like this one. I also had my favorite cowboy story. And this is it. Pecos Bill, king of the cowboys. Yee-haw!
There's a couple of spots got our names on.
How did you answer that? What can I get for y'all?
Well, we need food and directions to Abilene.
Grandpa's taking me to a rodeo.
Is that right?
Kevin here lives in Vermont. I'm going to show him a little piece of Texas.
Well, in that case, I'd take the scenic route. Just take the blacktop out front here. Straight as a crow flies. Then you hang a left on Tombstone Road. But you take it slow, because there's potholes so deep you can hear the singing in China. Keep your eyes open. Some folks claim they've seen snakes long as a fire hose, and prairie dogs bigger than a grizzly.
Thank you.
I'll be back in a shake and get your order.
Grandpa, is that true?
Well, if he said he'd be right back, I'm sure he will.
No, I mean all that stuff about the snakes and the grizzlies and the potholes.
Well, not exactly. Us Texans do have a habit of exaggerating a little bit.
Why?
You could say it's tradition. And it's one of the things that makes Texans so gall-darn special.
And they owe it all to a man by the name of Pecos Bill, who was known throughout Texas as the king of the cowboys. You see, Texas used to be downright boring. The only town in the frontier then was quiet little Petunia City. And quiet was just the way Governor Ambrose Peasley liked it.
Citizens of Texas, let the games begin.
In fact, the rowdiest event of the year was the annual Checkers Rodeo. The governor, a widower, wanted to keep Texas a nice, quiet place to raise his 3 daughters. Pansy.
Go Red!
Posy.
Go Black!
And Rose, who found this lifestyle as dull as a long-winded preacher.
Got a Rose snuck gum in here again.
All right, let's have it, young lady. And sit up straight and try and pay attention.
I hate checkers.
Why, it's the finest game in Texas, and don't you forget it. And these 2 fellas play it with reckless abandon.
Oh, Daddy! Look, it happened again.
The unfortunate contestant had succumbed to the only cause of death in Petunia City, boredom.
I'll take care of everything as usual, Governor. No raucous eulogy, no...
I appreciate that, Reverend. Thank you, Reverend. We all thank you, Reverend. And congratulations, Bob. Boy, this makes 6 years in a row.
On his way back to his farm, Checkers champion Bob Watkins stopped for a drink at the Pecos River. Little did he know that this moment would change the face of Texas forever. Bob almost died of fright, which would have been a first for Petunia City. He turned to see the mangiest varmint he had ever laid eyes on.
Who are you?
I'm a coyote. I'm looking for dinner.
You ain't no coyote.
I am too a coyote. I got fleas, and I howl at the moon.
Well, I know plenty people who do that. Wait a minute. If you're a coyote, you'd have a tail.
I got a tail?
Oh, yeah? Oh, where?
Right back here.
The creature had never really looked before.
Well, maybe he got chewed off by something.
When he was a baby and his family was moving west, he'd fallen out of a covered wagon. The coyotes found him and raised him so he never knew he was human till Bob straightened him out.
So I'm a man, huh? That's the darndest thing. You'd think someone would have told me.
Would you like to meet some other men?
There's others?
Sure. Of course, you need a couple things first. Like a name. You know, something that somebody can call you. Bill. You like Bill?
Bill? Howdy, Bill. Nice to meet you, Bill. But it needs something else. Hey, what's this here river called?
Pecos River.
Then I'll be Pecos Bill. Now, what else do I need?
Well, you're gonna need some clothes. And a hat for drinking out of.
Oh, well, it better be able to hold 10 gallons, because I got a mighty powerful thirst.
Boys, there's somebody here I'd like you to meet. This here's Pecos Bill.
Howdy, boys!
Bill, these are my hands. Tom, Don, and Juan.
Howdy, Juan. Howdy, Don. Hey, well, howdy, Tom. It's nice to meet you, man. I'm a man, too, you know.
Where'd he get them ridiculous clothes? He picked them out himself.
The next day, Bob and his hands took Pecos Bill out to show him how they made their living as cow farmers.
Exactly how long do you usually wait like this?
As long as it takes for that cow to step into the snare.
Sometimes we wait for a couple of days.
It's worth the wait when you bag one.
Oh, heck. That's that darn wild horse. He's gonna scare away our cow.
Yahoo! By God, that is one fine-looking animal.
Ay, que diablo! Shoot, that's the fourth time he's done that this week.
We might as well just pack it in.
You mind if I make a suggestion? If you can't get the cow to the rope, why don't you just bring the rope to the cow?
Well, I appreciate that suggestion, Bill. But we've been doing it this way for years.
Well, can I try something? I learned this catching panthers with rattlesnakes. Yeah! Ha! Yeah!
Well, that don't beat all.
Yeah, you see.
Bill,
Pecos!
From that day on, they looked to Pecos Bill to teach them how to be cowboys.
Ah, that's it, boys! Keep your slip knots loose and remember, it's all in the wrist.
We're mighty grateful. We hauled in 46 cows today.
But you know, Bill, a lot of folks in these parts are going to be mighty jealous we got all these cows. What if they come and try to steal them?
Well, we'll have to mark them so we know they're ours. I know, we can put a ribbon on their tails.
Or a collar around their necks with a name tag.
I got a better idea. Start a fire. Oh, I get it. We'll cook them and we'll eat them before anybody can steal them.
Bill could see it was up to him to do the thinking, so he invented the cattle brand and lots of other things.
You see, I call this chili because it's anything but. And I left out some of the strong stuff because you gotta work up to it.
How do you know when it's done, Bill?
Come here, give her a try. Needs more red pepper. You shouldn't be able to land on your feet that way.
Meanwhile, in Petunia City, Governor Peasley had his hands full with his free-spirited youngest daughter, Rose.
Rose, I don't understand your behavior. And you know I don't allow whittling in my office. And get your feet off my desk. Honestly, young lady, where do you get the temerity?
She probably steals it.
Rose, reliable sources have told me that you were out running and climbing trees this morning. Is that any way for a young lady to behave?
Found Salamander! Shoot it!
Rose!
Get that!
Rose, put that disgusting thing away.
Oh, he's just a harmless critter, Carnsarnet.
Carnsarnet? Well, the language we use, little miss. You've got the mouth of an old prospector.
You always said I have my mother's mouth.
And she would be rolling over in her grave if she saw you now. You're wearing pants. You're getting dirty. Let's not forget that this is Texas, the tidy state.
Oh, Daddy.
What?
Rose missed her waltzing lesson again. Oh, Daddy.
What?
Rose let her terrarium die.
Rose, how are you ever going to catch a man if you don't start acting like a lady?
Back at the ranch, Bill was finding more ways to give the cowboys a special sense of pride in who they were.
Okay. Bob, that makes you Laredo. And Don, you're Galveston. Tom, you're Amarillo.
Yeah.
And Juan, you're El Dorado.
I'm gonna put my name on the back of my bill.
Concerted, it's that wild horse again.
Shoot! He's gonna rile up the cattle and make them stampede.
Well, it's time we tame this critter. I could use a good riding horse anyway. And this one looks just my style.
What followed was a battle so fierce it lasted 3 days.
You stubborn pile of horse meat!
The men feared neither horse nor man would survive.
Never make it.
Yeah! Go ahead and buck.
never make it.
Whoa, whoa, you can kick all you want, you lily liver mule. I ain't letting you go.
You'll never make it.
Just about the time the boys had given up hope, Bill rode up on the grandest horse the men had ever seen.
Howdy, boys. When's breakfast?
Well, if that don't beat all.
I warn you, men, not to ride this horse. He's a widowmaker. Hey, in fact, I think that's what I'll call him. You like that, widowmaker?
Oh, Posy, look! Sweet Pea! Oh, Rose, if you don't pick any flowers, what are you going to do when it's your turn to make the centerpiece?
I used my cactus again.
Oh, Rose, a cactus isn't a flower.
I know a cactus isn't a flower, but it takes care of itself, and it don't wilt and die neither.
Oh, gross.
Girls, let me ask you something. Don't you ever want for something more exciting than picking flowers, or crocheting doilies, or having tea?
No. Why?
Sometimes I feel so cooped up and restless, like there's something out there I'm missing.
Well, maybe you should keep a diary. Or talk to the minister.
Forget it.
Oh, Posy! It's an earthquake! We'll be killed and our flowers will be crushed. Dust! Let's never come out here again.
Wow! To think there's a man like that in Texas!
That night, Pecos served up some more chili and another lesson on being a cowboy.
Anybody want more chili? No. I just got my eyesight back from the last bowl. All right, I'll put the lid back on. It's even better the second day. Oh, I know what you boys need. It's a trick I learned from the coyotes to help aid digestion. You see, whenever we eat too many prairie dogs or come across a mealy piece of skunk meat, we just howl at the moon till things settle.
Well, we'll try anything.
Let's try howling, okay? Howl. Hold it, boys, hold it. I forgot. You haven't had the advantage of a coyote upbringing. Excuse me. Now, I don't mean to offend you, gentlemen, but you just don't have the instinct for howling. So, I figured out a way to organize it all so it sounds a little better. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam and the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word.
Yes, Pecos Bill had penned the first Texas trail song,
and taught the cowboys how to sing it. It worked to settle the boys' stomachs, but it set someone else's a-jumping. Rose was sure she'd never heard anything so beautiful in all her life. The next day, Bill and the boys started another Texas tradition. They rode into town. It was the first time anyone in Petunia City had ever seen a cowboy.
What are they all staring at?
Oh, probably me. I'm a 6-time checker champion.
Oh, right. Howdy, folks. We're just here for some chow and maybe to do some singing.
Bob, what has happened to you?
I've become a cowboy.
Is that good?
Good? It's better than a triple jump on a checkerboard. We're the wave of the future. You watch and see. Cowboys are gonna change the whole face of Texas.
I see. Shouldn't that be in your pocket, though?
No, closer to your nose this way.
Hey, Bob.
Well, gentlemen, we have several luncheon specials. All of our food is prepared locally.
Oh.
And our fresh catch of the day is coyote.
Reliable sources tell me that you dragged yourself in here at 3 o'clock in the morning. What exactly were you doing? Rose?
Looking for morning glory?
Hey, don't get smart with me, young lady, and park your gum.
Daddy, I was listening to the prettiest music I ever heard.
Oh, I knew it. She's hanging out with musicians.
I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I came straight home. I'm sorry, Daddy. I promise you, it will never happen again.
Oh, you're darn right it won't. Rose, I've had to make a very difficult decision. I realize that I cannot handle you. I'm sorry, but I'm sending you back east to live with your Aunt Cornelia.
Oh, no, Pop, please. She hasn't left that dark, dank house in 30 years.
Your aunt is a fine, God-fearing woman. She will treat you well and raise you right. And you'll be on the next stage.
No.
Daddy, come quick! There's a bunch of men in big goofy hats tearing up the rusty tulip!
What?
Daddy, come quick! There's a bunch of men in big goofy hats tearing up the rusty tulip!
Big hats!
Well, I'll put a stop to this.
Hit me again.
Hey, wait a minute, Fred! Shame! Oh, you're a woman! Come up here. You got in trouble? Hey! All right, who's next? Oh, didn't you already go before?
Only once.
Oh, all right.
Afternoon, Governor.
Just what is going on here? And who is responsible for this despicable mess?
I am, sir. And I'd be happy to pay for all the damages if you just take coyote off the menu.
I like coyote.
Bill, not here and not now. This is Governor Peasley.
That's right. Oh, and as long as I am governor of Texas, this kind of behavior will not be tolerated. That goes for everybody. Now you, big boy, get your rowdy bunch out of town and make sure you never come back again.
Let's go, boys. This ain't no place for real cowboys.
Daddy, you're making a big mistake.
Don't you have some packing to do? And I want this place cleaned up and made ready for the dinner crowd.
Bill was plenty steamed about his run-in with the governor, so he and his men turned to outlawing for a while. They never meant any harm. They was just having fun. As luck would have it, Bill and his men held up the very stage that was taking Rose back east.
All right, everybody out. This is a stick-up. Now, there's nothing to be afraid of, folks. Don't worry. We're just on a little scavenger hunt here. Okay. Now, we need a thimble. We need a matchbox and an uncirculated 1815 Buffalo Head nickel.
This guy's got the nickel, Bill. And here's the matchbox. Come on, lady, I know you got a thimble in there. Every woman carries a thimble in her purse.
Not this one.
With that one mighty blow, Rose had stolen Bill's heart.
Howdy, ma'am. See you, boys.
That girl looks mighty familiar.
Bill, these last 3 days with you have been the best 3 days of my life. I never knew life in Texas could be so exciting.
Well, you only get one go around this big tumbleweed. If you can't live it as a coyote, you might as well live it as a cowboy.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what that weasel of a governor says. What's his name?
Oh, Peasley?
You know him?
Oh, I've seen him.
Well, then enough said. Say, where are my manners? I've been calling you my pretty little coyote, and I never even asked your real name.
Oh, well, it's kind of a tricky name. It's, Sue.
Just plain Sue?
No, that would be dull, wouldn't it? Slewfoot Sue. I was named after an aunt.
Slewfoot Sue. I like that.
I'm glad, 'cause I like you.
Oh, not like you.
Oh, my. It is warm today.
Uh-huh.
I think I'll go for a little swim.
Uh-huh.
You, you want to join me?
Oh, no thanks. I think I'll just let this barbed wire pie sell.
Bill was mighty sweet on Slewfoot Sue already, but then he saw something that locked her in his heart forever. There in the middle of the Pecos River sat Sue, astride the biggest, wildest catfish ever. And she was having a whale of a good time. Meanwhile, in Petunia City, Pecos Bill's visit had left its mark on the townspeople. They admired Bill's guts and did everything to copy his two-fisted style. This riled Governor Peasley no end.
People! People! People, please try and act like people! Thank you, angels. Citizens of Petunia City, we are faced with a grave threat to the integrity of our great state of Texas. One man seeks to undermine the very fiber of our peaceful existence. This man, Pecos Bill. People! This desperado has kidnapped my daughter and encouraged an insidious disregard for manners in our community. I want him caught, dead, or alive. Good day.
We designed these posters ourselves. We thought that the simple word "wanted" above the picture was a succinct way of stating our message.
Hang these in your businesses and homes as a constant reminder of the threat among us.
And so, one could say, Pecos Bill inspired the first wanted poster in Texas. Governor Peasley wanted to remove any memory of Pecos Bill. He enacted new laws against wearing cowboy clothes and behaving like a rowdy. There'd be no card playing, no calf roping, no singing, no hollering, no wearing of leather. He even went so far as to outlaw rope. Unfortunately, when Peasley got rid of the last traces of Bill's influence, it took all the life out of Petunia City.
Well, here's a toast to the most wanted man in Texas. Pecos Bill and his new bride, Slewfoot Sue.
Slewfoot Sue! Here!
Ah, shucks, Bellas.
I swear I know that girl from somewheres.
Darling, I'd like to give you a present I threw together myself.
Uh-oh, another canteen cover.
No, darling, it's better. It's a song I wrote especially for you. Boys?
She's the sweetest little flower I ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. You may talk about your Daisy May and sing of Rosalie, but the Slewfoot Sue of Texas is the only gal for me.
Bill, that's so pretty.
Oh, darling.
You know, there's only one more thing that make this day perfect for me.
Oh, you name it, honey. I'd give you the world if I could.
I'd like to ride Widowmaker.
No, that's entirely out of the question. This horse is too ornery.
I can handle him. You saw me ride that catfish.
A cat? That's an entirely different critter, entirely different temperament.
Bill.
No, and I'm not changing my mind. Now, darling, let's not be scrapping like polecats on our wedding day.
Hey, Bill! How about a piece of gunpowder cake?
I don't mind if I do. Now, darling, you look real pretty.
Sue had thought Bill was just being overprotective. She soon found out that horse wouldn't stand for anyone but Bill.
Giddy up.
Darn it! I told that girl not to ride that horse.
And with one big mighty buck, he sent Sue a flying in the air. And when she came down, that big hoop skirt of hers just sent her right back up again. This went on for several days.
Bill, don't you think you ought to do something to get Sue down?
Are you gonna make your bed or what?
Bill, she's gaining altitude with every bounce.
I'll call you and raise you 5.
Oh, Bill, come on, be sensible. She can't go on like that forever.
Concern it. I told that woman not to mess with Widowmaker. Now she'll have to learn her lesson. What do you got?
4 kings. That beats me.
Oh, shoot, ain't won a hand yet.
Oh, think about it. Where you ever gonna meet another gal like Slewfoot, Sue?
All right. Somebody get me 7 miles of rope.
By the time Bill and the boys had gathered enough rope, Sue was bouncing eye to eye with the man in the moon.
Hold on, honey!
It took a mighty heave of that lariat for Pecos Bill to lasso his bride. But Bill brought Sue back to Earth before she had to set up housekeeping in the Milky Way.
That desert. It's the last time I'm ever wearing a dress.
Well, then maybe next time you'll believe me. When I tell you to stay off that horse, darling, it's for your own good.
Pipe down, Bill. We got bigger troubles. On my last trip up, I spotted 1,000 men on horseback headed this way, and they look mighty mean.
My guy, you right? And they're about a mile off? And they're packing extra gunpowder.
Oh, my goodness, darling, they want to kill you.
What an honor. The first posse, and they're after me.
Oh, Bill, honey, what are you going to do?
Well, if it wasn't our honeymoon, I'd stay and fight them. But we got prior plans. Widowmaker!
It was the first time, but certainly not the last, that a man running from the law would hightail it across the Mexican border. And just to make sure that posse wouldn't follow him, Pecos Bill dug the Rio Grande, which still divides Texas and Mexico today.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. Gracias, Julio. Honey, you haven't even touched your fried tarantulas yet.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm not hungry, Bill. I miss Texas.
Darn it, darling. We've been through this before. I miss Texas more than anybody. The smell of mesquite, the music of a coyote choir, the sight of sagebrush blooming in the spring, the lowing of those dewy-eyed dogies. Oh, but darling, we can't go back. That Governor Peasley, he'd throw me in jail, or worse.
Well, maybe if I talked to him, he'd see that you weren't such a bad guy and he'd let us come back.
Oh, darling, that's real sweet of you, but why would he listen to you?
On account of... I'm his daughter.
Darn it.
Well, things in Petunia City were downright awful. The town had lost its spirit. Even the rain gave up.
I had such plans for Texas. I really wanted to make an imprint here. I wanted people to remember these as the Peasley years, the golden age of Texas. And then they're going to remember all right. They're going to blame me as the man who let Texas just dry up and blow away. But it's not my fault, Clarice. You must believe me. I am the victim of vile circumstances.
Dad.
What, Rose? Rose? Rose! Rose, you're back! Oh, it's a sign. It must be.
Daddy, you look tired.
Well, you know, a governor's work is never done, honey. I was just telling your mother here all about that. She was always such a wonderful listener.
Daddy, I barely recognize Petunia City. There's hardly a soul around.
Well, it's quiet.
It's Dad.
Well, Dad is quiet.
Daddy, I can only stay on one condition.
That you can keep your salamander, which is fine with me as long as it stays in a cage.
You gotta let Pecos Bill come back.
Oh, that's impossible. The man is an outlaw, he's a renegade, and he's a thief.
He's not.
He is, too. He cleaned a stagecoach out of a matchbox and a nickel.
He did it for fun. Bill is the spirit of Texas, Daddy. Sure, it may get a little rough and rowdy sometimes, but we got room for that here. We got room for people to grab life by the horns, get down in the dirt and wrestle with it.
You are shouting, Rose.
Why not? This ain't Connecticut.
How can you defend a man that kidnapped you?
He never kidnapped me. He married me.
What?
We got hitched.
Oh, this would kill your mother if she weren't already gone.
I love him very much, Daddy, and you would too if you'd only give him a chance.
He already had a chance, and look what happened. He ruined a perfectly good restaurant. Pecos Bill will never be welcome in Texas.
The sorriest thing is how everything's dying. Cactus are drooping, cattle are moping, and coyotes ain't even howling anymore.
Oh, Sue, this pains me deeply. Here I am fretting about my own hide when the state I love's been going to ruin.
I went by Bob's ranch.
Oh, Bob.
They gone back to roping cows the old way. Say it doesn't matter. Not enough water for more than a couple of cows anyway.
That's it. It's time to put a stop to all this.
Well, what are you gonna do? End the drought yourself?
Yep. I'll drain the Gulf of Mexico if need be. I'll take... Of course, that might rile up me amigos down here. Or I could reroute the Mississippi right through the middle of Petunia City. Or I could find me a cyclone, ride her into Texas, and make me a big, beautiful rainstorm.
Oh, Bill, darling, you're such a dreamer.
She had forgotten that when Bill set his mind to something, there was no stopping him. He traveled all over the West looking for just the right twister. And when he found her, a blowing and a cussing up yonder, he set about to rope and ride her back to Texas. Meanwhile, Petunia City was well on its way to becoming the world's first ghost town.
Oh, come on, folks. Reconsider. You're gonna miss the flower fair. Reverend, won't you change your mind and stay?
Nope. I've accepted a position in an area with a brighter future. We're off to Death Valley.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Posey, please. Maybe these people are right. We may as well pack it up, too.
Oh, Daddy, wait.
Rose.
What is she riding?
Waiter, see my catfish get some water quick?
We ain't got any.
No problem. It's gonna rain soon anyhow.
Then can I keep this?
Sure. Souvenir of the day Pecos Bill saved Texas.
What are you talking about, Rose?
That!
Come on, you old blowhorn, give up! I ain't letting go till you start raining! I don't believe my eyes!
Rain! Blessed rain! My career is saved! It's a miracle! I know God works in mysterious ways, but this is a new one to me! Did you hear that? I just yahoo, dang it!
Oh, Daddy!
And I'm starting to talk funny, too! This feels good! Yahoo!
Daddy, clean up a little bit, car.
Oh, put a cork in it, Pansy. I'm having fun. Look, a puddle!
This is the worst day of my life.
Sure as little boys hate grandma's kisses, Pecos Bill had brought life back to Petunia City. One by one, the people returned. The grateful governor was happier than a pig in mud. He even lifted his ban on wearing cowboy hats.
Hey, everybody! He's here! It's Pecos Bill!
Thank you, China. Thank you, China. Now put me down, boys. I'm a mite saddle sore.
Mr. Bell?
Call me Pecos.
I appreciate that, Pecos. I have to admit, I was wrong about you. I think when all of us here were ready to give up on Texas, you were the one that came in and showed us how to... grab life by the horns and get down in the dirt and wrestle with it?
That's it.
I myself played in a puddle today.
Way to go, guys!
What about this? Is Bill still gonna be a wanted man?
You bet. I want him taken to the jail immediately. And sworn in as the new sheriff of this town, which I hereby rename Pecos, Texas. Now, hold on. That is if you and Rose would consider settling down here.
Well, now, I'm sure this Rose is a fine woman, sir. But I'm already married to Slewfoot Sue.
Slewfoot Sue?
I'll explain later, Daddy.
That's who that is. She's the governor's daughter. I knew that face. Didn't I say I knew her?
What do you say, Pecos? It'd be a great place to raise our kids.
Well, why not? It's already got my name on it.
All right! Move over, Beethoven.
She's the sweetest little flower I ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew.
Soon after, the governor got Bill to change the name of the song to The Yellow Rose of Texas, after Rose's given name, and Texans still sing it to this very day.
Now then, we're gonna have to legalize spitting, social cussing, and card playing.
Well, concern it, I got me a fresh deck right here.
Woohoo! And shouting aloud, except for Sunday morning.
No problem there.
All right. Now then, sir, we're gonna have to drive cattle down Main Street from time to time.
Now, you ain't thinking during church.
No.
All right, then.
Of course, the new Texas lifestyle wasn't for everybody.
But where will we go? We'll take the midnight stage to San Francisco and open that doily shop we always wanted. Pansy, there's earthquakes there! Shut up!
The celebrating went on into the night. The cowboys shot so many bullets in the air, they knocked out all of the stars in the sky, except one. And that's why they call it the Lone Star State. So you see, Kevin, Texas wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for Pecos Bill.
But I still don't understand why Texans exaggerate so much.
Well, it's really very simple. You see, people admired Pecos Bill so much that them that couldn't do what he could, they figured to make up for it by talking big. And the habit just kind of stuck.
Can I get you two buckaroos some dessert?
Sure, what you got?
Well, we got deep dish cherry pie. So deep you need a shovel to get to the bottom of it. And hot fudge sundae so high you can ski down it. And apple cobbler so fresh it was baked right on the tree.
Heard any good stories lately? You know, stories with big heroes and even larger-than-life characters. Well, look no further than the good old US of A, home of Shelley Duvall's American Tall Tales and Legends. Join an all-star cast for this one-of-a-kind 9-video series celebrating some of America's biggest and brightest heroes. You'll be hungry for more when you witness the tale of Johnny Appleseed. Then brave the wild frontier with one cool mountaineer, Davy Crockett.
Let's go hunt.
Or saddle up for some rootin' tootin' shooting with...
Ladies and gentlemen, that fearless sharpshooter is Penny Ugly!
And you're in for a grand slam good time with Casey at the Bat.
Go, Casey! Shoot him while you live!
It's video after video of good, old-fashioned, all-American fun. Don't miss Shelley Duvall's American Tall Tales and Legends, now on home video from Lyrick Studios. Not too far away, there's a place called Rhineland, home to some pretty interesting characters.
I'm Little Bo Peep and I've lost my sheep and I don't know where to find them.
It's a place where Mother Goose rules the roost and classic fairy tales come to life like never before.
Hi, Humpty. Long time no see.
So come along as we travel to Rhineland in a magical musical video adventure from Shelley Duvall. Mother Goose, rock and rhyme. When Mother Goose winds up missing,
You've got to save me!
it's up to Little Bo Peep and friends to find her before all the stories in Rhineland disappear.
It's a very woolly emergency.
Join in on the search with Little Miss Muffet,
Can I fluff your tuffet?
Jack and Jill,
Unfortunately, there are a couple of kletzes.
and many, many more. Don't miss all your favorite stars, starring as all your favorite fairy tale friends. Get ready for music and mayhem, brought to you by the one and only Shelley Duvall.
Great!
Don't miss Shelley Duvall's Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme, now available on home video from Lyrick Studios. Not so far away, there's a wonderful wetland where nature comes alive like never before.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy!
It's a magical place full of laughs, songs, and lots of friends.
I am Hegdish, explorer extraordinaire.
Welcome to Groundling Marsh, home to some of Mother Nature's most delightfully unusual characters. Join Galileo and Maggie, Echo and Crystal, Mudslinger and Hegdish,
Did somebody mention my name?
and Stax as they share an adventure after adventure and learn many valuable lessons.
How do you feel about sharing Marigo Pop with Maggie?
Get ready for plenty of laughs and a whole lot of fun when you come on down to Groundling Marsh, living proof that Mother Nature has a sense of humor. Don't miss Groundling Marsh, now on public television.
Have you ever seen anything like that in your life?
Check your local listings or call your public television station for the viewing time in your area and watch for Groundling Marsh on home video from Lyrick Studios.
Groundling Marsh.
The Wild West. It bred a special kind of man. From that land came a hero never seen before.
Hello!
Join Wishbone, a little dog with a big imagination, as he proves some of the best cowboys have more than 2 legs and can carry a pretty good tune. But heroes weren't just in the Wild West.
Does Wanda Gilmore rightfully own the Oakdale Chronicle?
I wish we could do something.
Maybe we need to do a little investigating of our own.
Join Wishbone for action, adventure,
I don't have a gun.
and food, and more in his first feature-length presentation, Wishbone's Dog Days of the West.